Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Ha'abrakakwadash. That belongs, of course, to the apostles and daughters of great millstone who rule well. Honesty, argument out there doing his work with truth and sincerity, presenting bodies, living sacrifices. To bring this 144% truth to the hopeful elect/elect Akim, wherever they may be, scattered across the four corners of the globe, who may look like the heathen nation, but go back to our nation, which is Israel, um, and sincere shalom to the hopeful 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom. Let's jump right into it. As you see, things going on in Ukraine, and it being perpetuated throughout the media, this, that, and the third. We know that is somewhat of a fulfillment of Matthew 24. You see what I'm saying? Well, it does fulfill Matthew 24, but not completely, because there's constantly wars, rumors of wars. You see, but with everything going on cohesively, the inflation, the coming famine, the low supply of food, the fact that they're trying to reiterate a lot of these lockdown/quarantine procedures, says a lot to Matthew 24. However, I came across this article on endtimeheadlines.org, and it says Russian forces reportedly opened fire on Israeli pilots in Syria. Now, if you thought the U.S. intervened when the Russian crossed the borders of Crimea into the Ukraine, imagine what's going to happen when the Israeli, the so-called fake Jew, the Amalekite, the dirty rotten devil himself, the 1948ers, the little hatters, the hook nosers, you know what I'm saying? What happens when they start to act aggressive towards Russia? It's going to coincide with Joel 3, man, and we're going to be led to the valley of decision, man. Because look, we have to understand, as Jake, we hear, the six-pack a day Edomite tell you who runs, the world, man. They tell you who runs the media. It's Amalek, man, the chief house of Esau. You see what I'm saying? So what happens when the chief house of Esau, who relies heavily, almost completely off of, foreign aid, because our land has been made desolate since we left and went in punishment, man, since 70 AD. It's a barren desert now. So they rely on aid from the U.S. principally, is the biggest aid donator. Then you have the U.K., followed by, I believe Australia, as well as Canada. So when the chief house of Esau is afflicted in our homeland, in Jerusalem, you see what I'm saying? Well, they weren't in Jerusalem, but in Syria, Salakia, it's going to, speed these things up. Like I just read yesterday to you guys, man. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and it shall not lie. So the things that are written aforetime, were written for our learning, as the scriptures say. Why does it say that? Because, what, like the brother Tazapani always brings out, man, a wise man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, man. You see what I'm saying? So we understand that these things are going to happen. It's not going to be a shocker to, the men of the Lord, and Lord will we be of that number and get to escape the judgment, But it says Russian forces reportedly opened fire on Israeli. I'm just going to call them Amalekite, because I don't like saying that, because, we are Israel, we are Yasharallah, which means, princes of the power, or Yasharayallah, the root of the power, or the seed of the power, Salakia. Um, you know, so we have to just differentiate, because this is not us, you see. So Russian forces reportedly fire on Amalek, pilots in Syria. Russian forces opened fire on Amalekite fighter jets while they were allegedly carrying out airstrikes in Syria last week. And see, now it's just coming to, headlines on Monday. According to the channel, the incident happened on Friday as Amalekite pilots attacked Iranian. So Amalek attacked the Persian. You see what I'm saying? Iran is the Persian. You see, linked targets in southwestern Syria. Russian forces, Gog and Magog, reportedly opened fire on the pilots using advanced S-300 anti-aircraft missiles. Syrian state media said Amalekite missiles targeted the town of Masyaf during the alleged airstrikes, killing 5 people, including a civilian, and injuring 7 others. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, an UK-based war monitor, said the Israeli fighter jets hit weapons depots and sites belonging to Persian, which is Iranian militants, during Friday's airstrikes. According to Channel 13, Russia fired at the Israeli jets as they were leaving the area and did not present a threat to the pilots. So you know what? Matter of fact, hey, let's jump to it, baby. Let's get it right now, real quick. Salakia. This is the Ezekiel Chapter 38. So if you don't believe what we tell you about the Most High, it doesn't matter. He is already showing forth his word unto Jacob, man. And it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, who to come unto? Ezekiel. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief priest of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. That's talking about the Russian. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog. I am against the Russian, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. I believe Meshach and Tubal is the Turks, if I'm not mistaken. But feel free to correct me and edify me, Salaki. But I think Meshach and Tubal are the Turk, if I'm not mistaken. So he's against this alliance, man. You see what I'm saying? Horses and horsemen, all of them clad with all sorts of armor, even a great company, bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, which is the modern day Iranian, Ethiopia, still called Ethiopia, and Libya with them, and all them with shield and helmet. Oh, Salakia. Gomer, I believe, is the Turk. Salakia. So correct me again. Salakia. Gomer, I believe to be the Turk, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember the sign of the heathen nation in my mind. So Meshach and Tubal, were princes of Gog and Magog, Salakia, which is the Russians. You see, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, which is the house of Togarmah in the north quarter, so I believe that to be Turkey, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So, let's go back to the article. We just read the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, a UK-based war monitor, said the Israeli fighter jets hit weapons depots and sites belonging to the Iranian militias, the Persian, during Friday's airstrikes. According to Channel 13, Russia fired at the Israeli jets. So Russia is, going back to Ezekiel 38, the Most High telling the Russian to be a guard unto, the Syrian, unto the Turk, unto the Persian, which is principally who this article is about, the Persian versus the Amalekite. See, so he's being a guard unto the Persian, which is a partial fulfillment of Ezekiel 38. So what is this going to do? This is going to bolster, the U.S. and their coalition forces to decide how to, go about these things. And what does this do? This brings us closer to the valley of decision. You know what I mean? So what this also does is bring us closer to the MOTB. These things are not gonna. It's not gonna be, oh no, all peace, and then the MOTB, and then all of a sudden war happens. No, we're gonna be in the midst of these things while these things are happening, man. You know what I'm saying? He's getting Esau from every side and every angle. So this is only gonna perpetuate and expedite the ushering in of the MOTB, because it's fulfilling other things. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it's expediting, man. This is why we have to be watchmen. This is why we have to constantly, be occupied in the prophecies, man. This is why we should have to be doing videos. You see what I'm saying? So we can forewarn and feed the sheep. Because Yahushua said, if you love me, what? Feed my sheep, man. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to warn The people of Yahushai that you know dark days are ahead. Jacob's trouble is is nigh at hand, man. Is near, man. Slucky, I had to pause the video real quick. So apologies for the noise. I live in an apartment complex, so I literally have neighbors on both sides of me, above me and below me. So please, bear with me, Salaki. We're not we're not gonna be living in no fat ass ranches with fucking 30, 40 acres. You know what I'm saying? We got to do what we got to do. So Salaki for the noise. You know what I mean? There's a lot of children upstairs, with my neighbors. So, my apologies, in case you guys wonder what you hear in the background, And they have pets, dogs, cats, fucking. Lord only knows what they got up in here, But, anyways, continuing on, this is only going to hasten, things to come, with, the ability to buy gas from the Russians through the ruble and their natural resources, the devaluing of the dollar, the strategic collapsing of the U.S. economy. It's going to be high time for them to, implement certain things that they've been kind of tarrying on because it's less to worry about. If you have your society, with the MOTB, man, you could really focus on, everything else because you can turn them off, fucking ex-nay them out of society and let them, starve, do whatever to them, So as Esau spread himself thinner, we're going to see, these austere measures, come very quickly, man. And they're going to come as a thief in the night. Because what does it say? The day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night, man. It's going to hit us out the blue. We're not just going to be like counting down and and the dollar's gone. It's going to be, we're going to wake up and they're going to say, the economy crashed. The nation's going to go crazy. And he's going to quickly come with that MOTB because he's still got to be on the war front for the third world's woe, man. You see what I'm saying? So everything that the Most High does is perfect, man. Everything the Most High does is perfect, man. Pursuing back to Ezekiel 38, you know what I'm saying? Persia, like I said, Ethiopia with him, so he's amassing the Russians and their allies to gather themselves in the Middle East, And, why is the Most High doing this? It says, for in my jealousy and Salakia, in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not there. So that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all the creepy things that creepeth upon the earth and all them that were on the face of the earth shall be shaken at my presence, and the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. Because, this has all been prophesied, man. This has all been prophesied. Let's get Joel real quick, 3. I will also gather together all nations, which shall then go into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for mine heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So he's going to bring all nations, all fighting nations, to the land of Jehoshaphat, as it says, which is what? The valley of decision, as you'll see later in the chapter. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and they sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yeah, what have what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, all the coasts of Palestine? All ye render me a recompense. Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. So, talking to Tyree Zidon, you Edomites, man. There's whatever you try to do, whatever try to recompense. You're trying to. Oh, we're just gonna go fucking massacre Jake then, and we're gonna fucking destroy these countries in South America, and get the Israelites. Guess what? It's gonna be swiftly and speedily returned upon your own head because you're trying to fight a war with your own house. Because presuming back to Ezekiel 38, you have the Russian partnering with the Persian, the Ethiopian, the Libyan. You see what I'm saying? Gomer, so on and so forth. So therefore, and principally, you're fighting your own house in the Russian. So what does that say? You're a house divided cannot stand. And then when you try to turn your head towards Jacob, the Most High is going to swiftly recompense you, man. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried it into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Israel have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. And then not only that, but you moved into our border and you tried to call yourself try to call yourselves by our name and pretend like you are us to sit in our blessing, man. Man, fuck you, little dirty motherfuckers, man. When you see her and think about it, man, dude, you guys are fucking done, bro. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabines, to a people for far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. And it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. That's the Ethiopian, the Persian. He's going to gather all nations in the valley of decision, man. Like it says at the top of the chapter. See what I'm saying? So the weak are going to say, I'm strong, and it's going to be on, man. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Says all the heathen, gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down. So all your special forces, we want all that smoke, man, in the valley of decision, man. It's been called that since before we even left Jerusalem, man. Assemble yourselves and come all ye. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Let's jump to verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. You see what I'm saying? Hey, thermonuclear destruction, Yahushai's return, all that, man. You see what I'm saying? Yahushai's return, man. And he's going to lay these armies waste, man. You see what I'm saying? And fucking... and literally destroy this place, man. Verse 19, I want to grab it real quick. Egypt shall be a desolation, desolate, meaning nothing there. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Hey, because you're going to be fucking... Babylon America is going to be hit with thermonuclear missiles, while your military is over there in the fucking Valley of Decision, man. You see what I'm saying? For the violence against thy children of Judah, because they shed innocent blood in their land. And verse 20 says, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem for generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. So salvation is only for Jacob. This is why it says in the valley of decision, he's gonna judge all the heathen. You know why? Because Esau, you feel you're entitled to do all these things, man. You're in everybody's business, whether it's the Russian in Syria, whether it's the American Edomite in fucking South America, the Africa, the Middle East, Asia, doing fucking clandestine operations. You don't sit at home, man. You don't sit at home and mind your own fucking business. You're a weirdo, dude. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting here, your nation's not at war. You see a fucking war going on, your spirit shows through. The spirit of the Lord will expose all wickedness, man. And it showed when, as soon as the fucking Ukraine war cracked off, you had a bunch of Edomites go over fucking seas and fucking fight alongside the Ukrainian instead of letting them fight their own fucking battle, man. Because you can't sit at home, you can't mind your business, you can't let people do what they need to do, man, and run their own society. Why? Because Esau is in fear because he is genetically recessive and he knows that he is an inferior man. So he acts in haste. This is why the scripture said we would be given to a hasty nation, you know, that did not regard young or old, roughly paraphrasing. You see what I'm saying? He acts in haste. He acts out of fear. This is a fearful man. Yes, his gift is a sword, but that does not mean that he is brave. The Most High does not give him these courageous and valiant terms. So understand who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with a brave man. No. You know, uh, really, fools rush to war, man. You see what I'm saying? We went to war as a nation when the Most High said, hey, go take down this nation. I don't want to look at them anymore. You see what I'm saying? But Esau, fools rush to war. And I know that now because I was one of these fools, man. I was literally a grunt in the U.S. military. You know, that doesn't get more fucking soldier than that, you know? Shout out to all the cooks and fucking mechanics, but that wasn't my job. My job was, you know, pulling triggers, man. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes somewhat addicting, man, you know? You get to be real intimate with, you know, your M4 carbine and, you know, whatever other, you know, armament they may give you. You know what I'm saying? I shot the 240, you know, 50 cal, the Mark 19 grenade launcher. We shot javelins. We shot AT4s. You know, anything in the U.S. arsenal we've, you know, dumped. You know what I'm saying? So I see why Esau is that way, you know, and I appreciate the Heavenly Father, you know, tremendously for waking my spirit up and drawing me out of that military. Yeah, it was a tumultuous journey. Yeah, it sucked. You know, yeah, it was crazy seeing, you know, the devil in the military, you know, literally just turn against me for, you know, wanting to, you know, get out and, you know, serve Yahweh. But, you know, it was well worth it, man. You know, and, you know, for those of you that may have an easier route to the truth, just understand there's some people that have sacrificed and been willing to sacrifice and go to war, you know, just to have the opportunity to even fucking serve Yahweh, man. You know, basically what I'm trying to say is, you know, people have gone through hell and high water, you know, to get themselves in this truth. You know, what all you had to do is go up the fucking street, you know, and you think that you're fucking special, man. Not saying that you're not special, not saying that the people that had to go through more are more special than you, but it's just motivation to show you, like, hey, man, keep fucking doing this shit and you know, keep your mind in the right place, man, you know. But going back to the article, you know, we have to understand that the Most High is doing all these things strategically. So I did a video on Iran's rhetoric towards Israel. Israel waited a couple weeks, and then, or Amalek waited a couple weeks, and then did some airstrikes in Syria, but got some of their pilots shot out the sky by the Russians. And the Amalekite is not used to, you know, taking aggression from so-called Edomites. They're the chief house. They sit there and they secretly run all these world banks. You go back to the story of the Rothschilds. You see what I'm saying? So, being that the Russian, you know, Gog Magog, is not having it with these motherfuckers, you see what I'm saying? It's just creating a huge powder keg, man. And we have to understand, man, you know, this was prophesied to us in Ezekiel 38, you know, in Joel chapter 3. You see what I'm saying? And the Most High is going to gather that host. You see, I brought this article out to show you that just because the Russian military as a majority is in the land of Ukraine does not mean that there's not Russian pilots and Russian forward operating bases in the Middle East. Because our eyes should always be towards home, man. The kingdom. You see what I'm saying? This is why you have to keep your eyes single so you know, oh shit, okay. So Amalek's over there trying to be squirrely and fight the Persian. No, and this is why you got to know the history. Like Elder Tahar always say, you got to know who we're talking about. Because if you just say Iran, it doesn't biblically hit. When you say the Persian, Salakia, Oh shit, Ezekiel 38. What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? And then Joel 2. You know what I mean? They're gonna or Joel 3, Salakia. They're gonna fucking gather together in that land, man. All the heathen will be judged there, man. You know, Yahushua's going to get down on the slaughter. So what does that tell you? You already have Russia. You already have U.S. Special Operations Forces constantly going back to Syria. They rotate out, just like the Russian does. Um, you, you already have the Iranian, the Libyans right there in that region. You already have the Assyrian. You already have a number of nations actually over there. So all we need is, these prophecies to fulfill. This is why we got to hasten the day. Baba Kushai, bring forth that MOTB. Once that MOTB is pushed and everybody's forced to either get it or, perish or, fight their way out or escape, you know what I mean? Then then the end can come, man. And those missiles can drop. But guess what? When they it's gonna coincide, man. MOTB is gonna be pushed. They're gonna push into the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Fucking missiles are gonna get launched, and then it's no holds barred because when the missiles are launched, the Most High is already all over the globe. Through his heavenly host, collecting the spirits, collecting his motherfucking elect, man, protecting his babies, man. So we got to know, hey, man, this ain't the time to lollygag. This ain't the time to fucking play games. You see what I'm saying? Wars and rumors of wars is popping off. The MOTB is ready to go. They're collapsing the economy of fucking very strategically so as not to, lose too many of their buddies' money and to, essentially get off scot-free with it. You see what I'm saying? Um, so we have to understand, eventually these guys are going to hunker down in bunkers. But, a lot of them are already in bunkers, man. You know what I'm saying? Or could be getting close to going to the bunkers. And, don't be fooled. I mean, green screens are very advanced. It's not the 1980s anymore, man. And actually recently Putin actually just got caught because, people had theorized that he was underground and he did a press conference talking about he was in public and he was supposed to be at I guess, the Kremlin or whatever. And he actually fucking was given the speech and he went to, move his hand out and his hand went through the microphone. So that tells you that he was in front of a green screen, or blue screen. These things are very very advanced, man. And just look at these people on Zoom. You can almost see that as they can put themselves in front of any fucking a beach, a random bedroom, a log cabin. You know what I'm saying? So don't be fooled. When you see these world leaders and think that some of them are already in these bunkers, man. And it's only gonna get fucking worse, man. And especially when the MOTVs push, man, we might as well just assume these niggas are in the bunkers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, not to be too off topic, and I know I like to talk a lot. I don't really like to hear my voice, but I like to make sure I kind of get across my point. You know, um, like the scriptures say, we're not supposed to fear. You know what I mean? We just got to fear the Lord, man, and understand that He's doing this because He saw it fit, man. He saw that it was right, man. We don't know. You know what I mean? So it's one thing to say it, but just hey, keep your faith in the Heavenly Father. We're coming into rough times, and I'm saying this so I can hear it myself. We're gonna lose loved ones. We're gonna lose, you know, some of us brothers got pets, like me and the brother Kazak, and that's gonna hurt, but you gotta get over it, let it go real quick, and understand that the Heavenly Father has reasonings for everything, and that He can give you back tenfold, man. You know what I'm saying? And just keep pushing forward, man. Keep praying for the Spirit. Psalms 50. The other recall says that we must pray, man, because we're not doing this shit through the strength of ourselves, man. We're coming into a third world war, the collapse of a global economy, and the darkest days that mankind's ever seen. So don't take this shit lightly, you know, and understand that the Most High is gonna really show the earth His power, man. So hey, man, pray that Psalms 51. Hey, you know please, Baba Kushai, take not thy spirit from me. Please don't take your spirit from me, cast me not away, O Lord. This is the things that have to be principle in our mind. We can't be at the finish line and look to the side, man. Hey, yeah, we have lives, and yeah, we balance out, but hey, we're getting in that time where, the Most High is going to be like, all right, you had enough rehearsal. Now it's time for the show. And it's going to be go time, man. We're going to have to really, 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 really have the Most High on our side, man. So Baba Kushai, this was edifying, you know, um, to whoever's listening, Thawada for Yahweh Shem Yahshua, give me the spirit to bring the truth out, to teach. I didn't really want to go too long in the article or in the scriptures. I just wanted to edify the fact that, hey, don't fucking get tunnel vision, man, on the wrong thing. Get tunnel vision on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Focus on the kingdom, and rightly divide this word of truth, because it's going to lead you right, man. Don't think that, oh, they're in Russia, so we got time. No, that Russia's still in the Middle East, homie. They're still in the Valley of Decision, man. You know, so like I said, be prepared. The MLTB can come at any time, and we just have to be able to let go and move on from the society, man. So with that, Lord willing, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Ratazah, you were edified by this, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Makakudash, double honors, of course, to the Apostle Noah, a great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well, you see, as well as you, Akim, honors to you guys, present your bodies a living sacrifice now more so than ever, to bring this 144% truth to the hopeful elect/select that are scattered abroad the four corners of the globe that may look like the heathen nation but go back to our nation, and that's very important, You might be somebody in the Middle East, China, Asia, India, somewhere. But if this truth resonates with you and you understand, understand that our people are going to look like everybody. There is blue-eyed Israelites. There is blonde-haired Israelites. There is red-headed Israelites. There is, Chinese-looking Israelites. There's going to be Vietnamese-looking Israelites. There's going to be all that. The Most High is not unjust. We have to understand that. So our people are going to look like all people, man, because we're the principal people, And with that, shalom, to the hopeful 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children, waiting patiently, shalom to you guys. Peace.